Now we have a very special guest with us who has not only excelled in academics but also achieved major accomplishments.
We can write our own story, right? And then by that, I also do from that movie. I also want to make my own book of life. So I made like a mini book. In here, I wrote that I want to get a scholarship. I want to participate in the competition, and then I want to get into an organization, and then even the GPA that I really want to before I accepted as the worthy of IISMA, and then before I accepted as the worthy of POSCO, I have applied to a dozen of scholarship, a dozen of program, and what I got is failure. What I got, you will get a really wide networking, and then also you will get a global exposure.
Hello and welcome to Dihumasin, a special podcast brought to you by Humas Untirta in collaboration with Language Center and International Office of Untirta. In this series, we will explore the story about insights and experiences that connect Untirta community both locally and globally, from academic achievements to cultural exchange. We're here to highlight the amazing work at our university and bring Untirta's vision closer to everyone's ears. Now we have a very special guest with us who has not only excelled in academics but also achieved major accomplishments as an awardee of IISMA, Indonesia International Student Mobility Awards, and POSCO Asia Fellowship Scholarship. Today, we'll be delving into her journey, motivation, and some of principles that drive her forward. Without further ado, please welcome Sahnaz.
All right, thank you, Oi, for having me today in this podcast.
How are you, Sahnaz, today?
Really grateful.
So glad to hear that. Fantastic. As I stalked through your social media account, especially from your Instagram, I found it really interesting and motivated by all of your achievements. And I guess all of our listeners are also agree with me. And we can probably start with a bit about of your educational background. Could you please tell us more about it?
Yeah, sure. So actually, I am in my final year, which means 7th semester, of course, in our lovely university, Universitas Sultan Agung Tirtayasa.
Yes.
And then I am majoring in English education.
Impressive. Besides your academic and awardee roles, what is your favorite activities or hobbies to do?
So beside as the POSCO worthy, and then also beside the worthy of IISMA, I also my favorite activity is actually I want to introduce you to a community that I initiated with my friend Aisha back then, and then right now the community it already have 30 dedicated volunteer around the campus of Untirta. If you don't know, there is a cat lovers community called at Kucing Untirta. That is our community. We do the donation to help cats around the Untirta, especially if you guys ever mention or found a jar full of cat food, especially in the Afkip or in the around the Sindang Sari, there is our program.
That's great. Can you introduce us about the social media account of Kucing Untirta so that people can follow or donate to your community?
Yeah, sure. So here, let me check. Okay, so you guys can follow the Kucing Untirta here. The Instagram, you can just talk, and then if you want to donate, we will really open, and then this small amount will really helpful for them.
This is very interesting for me because all I know, this is something new, right? From Untirta, because we never heard a community called like Kucing Untirta and stuff like that. And I think it's very well rounded. And And moving to another question, what values or principle do you think best to describe and have played an important role in your achievement so far?
So, as everyone say that you are shaped from what you heard, what you learn, what you see, and then what you learn, especially because I learned my some kind of the value, the principle from watching movie. Especially there is a movie called the Book of Life. It is, if I'm not mistaken, it is released in 2014. And then there is one scene that show the blank page as the title, A Book of Life. There is a book. It tell a journey of life of the owner, and then yeah, it inspired me that it means that we can write our own story, right? And then by that, I also do from that movie. I also want to make my own book of life. So I made like a mini book. Okay, so here I have the example of the book that I wrote.
Okay, show everyone, please.
Okay, so it's look like this. It's kind of rusty because it's already old. Like I wrote it since I was got in here since a maba, the freshman student since I was maba. So I wrote every single thing that I want to achieve, even a small thing, even the thing that I want to buy, even a small thing, a simple dream that I want to achieve. Like in the first year, I wrote that I want to be a better person, and then also in here I wrote that I want to get a scholarship, I want to participate in the competition, and then I want to get into an organization, and then even the GPA that I really want to. I wrote it like I want to get a GPA over 3.75, and then also the scholarship that exchange. I wrote it in a specific that I want to go here with what program, and then within about 2 years, and then yeah, it's already achieved. Like it was, but to be remain that if you want to have some kind of a list, a bucket list, you have to put some effort also. Because if you just mention it, if you just wrote it without put a hard work in it, yeah, it's only just become a dream because there was no effort at all.
That's right. People these days used to call that a bucket list, right? And what would you say is your biggest motivation to achieve on campus and reach milestones like IISMA awardee and POSCO Asia Fellowship?
My motivation actually, yeah, just by like visualization it, like yeah, just having a set clear goals, having it will help you to motivate it to reach your goals.
All right. How did you go through the selection process for IISMA and POSCO Asia Fellowship? And I guess it's kind of like intense, right?
Yes, of course, because I think it might be a lie, but I will say it used a blood, sweat, and tears because before I accepted as the worthy of IISMA, and then before I accepted as the worthy of POSCO, I have applied to a dozen of scholarship, a dozen of program, and what I got is failure. What I got, I felt on those program, on the scholarship. But I believe that the accepted I am in the POSCO and then in IISMA. It was like a repay for my dedication through all of the failure.
Okay. Before you go through on the IISMA and POSCO Asia Fellowship, you must also create another accomplishment because before we start to join like the awardees or IISMA or a scholarship, we have to like make this TV first, yeah, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why you have to like achieve a lot of more things before you achieve another things. Next one. But what was the biggest challenge you faced during the selection process?
Actually, I am not face a big challenge because I got a really big support from my family, my friend, even a lecturer, and then everyone around me, beside me. Because, but there is a one thing when my some kind of insecurities hit, when I felt that I am not even better from the others. I know it's kind of cliche, it's kind of yeah, it's a human being, but all I can do is just go through. I have to finish what I already start.
Great one. Speaking about balance, how do you manage your life between academics? And I also heard that you are doing some kind of like mentoring to another
Yes.
ISMA awardees to achieve the ISMA, and also because you got the POSCO Asia Fellowship, and I heard when you got into that, you have to do an internship on 1 year in LCIO of Untirta. And how you manage your time with your personal life also.
Okay, so I think everyone will apply this. It is what everyone do. The first thing is this simple thing that making a timetable, especially in your phone, because as we know indeed that we are play our phone 24/7, and then yeah, just put a timetable on our phone. And then the second one is that just do not make a schedule that is crazy to another, like yeah, it will just break your the timetable, right? And then also the last one is I s- always prioritize. I always prioritize the important thing. For example, like if you are an oh yeah, if you are an educational student, in the last semester you will be do a PLP, right? Some kind of yeah, the courses of PLP, the what is called like the assessment for teaching. And then at that time, it was last week. I have to decide it between PLP, or I have to attending the POSCO awarding. At the time, it was a crash schedule, right? And then I have to choose like I have to choose between both of them. So I decided that at the yeah, at morning I have to come to school first, to teaching first, and then until 8 I will come immediately to the awarding POSCO here in Sindang Sari.
So the key is that we have to prioritize something important first,
Yeah.
right? And what is it? An excellent strategy. And can you tell us about the main benefit that you got from ISMA and also POSCO Asia Fellowship?
Actually, there is a lot, but obviously, you will get a really wide networking, and then also you will get a global exposure, and then you will also get the cultural exchange. Actually, I also participated in the PMM program. If you will guys maybe know, it's Pertukaran Mahasiswa Merdeka. At that time, I gained a lot of friends like in around Indonesia from Sabang to Merauke, and then while I'm participating in the IISMA, I gain a lot of connection from around the world, and then in the cultural exchange itself, when I stay in Malaysia for a long time, maybe some people say that Indonesia and Malaysia is the same thing, but actually it was a different. Like, if you guys, you should like try to stay in Malaysia for a long time, and then you will know the differences between Indonesia and Malaysia itself.
Fantastic. Do you have any tips or strategies that helped you succeed and stay achieve in your campus life?
One thing is I always mention, just like I mentioned before, always set a clear goals, because it will help you to like to keep a motivied by having a set clear goals, and then you will more focus on your goals itself.
Okay, so the tips is more, the more you have intense, clear goals, the more you can achieve it. That's right. And how do your family and friends view your achievement? How?
It was maybe I will say this is a simple thing, but I think this is a big appreciation for me. because when I got achievement, some kind winning an competition, having an awarding and something else like that, my family, my dad and my mom, especially my dad, he always posting in the WhatsApp status. It was a simple thing, but I think it is a big appreciation for me. And then she always show that I am proud for my daughter, and then he shared it to the family group. And then, yeah, for me it was a big appreciation that people may not feel it.
I guess they're very, very proud of you. So, what inspires and motivates you the most to continue on this journey?
Actually, I will say it motivate myself in the future, because what you do today, it will like shape you in the future.
Oh. And the last question, what are your hopes and plans for the future after achieving the scholarship and becoming an IISMA worthy?
My hope is that maybe I hope that I can influence the others, because from a small dream, if you put a big hope in there, if you big a full effort in there, you will you will achieve it into a big some days.
Okay, Sahnaz, thank you very much for sharing your journey with us today. It's very inspiring to hear about experiences, the values that guide you. We wish you continued success on your another career, on your another journey, and can't wait to see it.
Right. Thank you so much for having me today. It was such an experience, new experience for me.
Okay, that's wrapped up these stories of the Humasin, a special collaboration between Humas Untirta and Language Center and International Office of Untirta. We hope you enjoyed today's discussion and gained valuable insights from our guests today, Sahnaz. Don't forget to stay connected with us on Untirta Official and LCIO Untirta social media or channels for updates on upcoming events, program, and more inspiring stories from our university community. Until next time, keep striving, keep exploring. Let's make Untirta proud on the global stage. See you on the next episode. Untirta Jawara.
Humasi, 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 Jawara.